The whole town. Yeah, the entire town is shook right now. Do you even realize why? They just figured it out, finally. That you are a freaking genius. Can you feel that? The shame creeping on their faces, the panic in their whispers. Oh, they're sorry. But let me tell you, this isn't just their apology. Nah, this is your moment, your spotlight. Every sneer they threw, every laugh they shared, every "nah, this won't work" comment. It all built you. And now, watching them squirm, watching them crumble, it's proof of your unstoppable power, your brilliance, your legacy. So, sit tight, hold up, pay attention, because what you're about to see is pure chaos turned into clarity. Every word, every truth, every dark secret of their regret will hit hard. And hey, don't just watch, yeah? Comment below, shout your truth. Let the world know you see the genius, because this tribute, it's for you, the ones who refuse to quit, the ones who rise above the noise, the ones who understand. Stay till the end. Yeah, till the very last word. Because when the town finally realizes what you've always known, when they feel the weight of their own shame, you'll walk away untouchable, unstoppable, and ready to own everything. They laughed, they mocked, they called you a fool, and they were wrong. Oh wow. Isn't it beautiful how ignorance wraps itself in certainty? The way the town paraded their judgments like trophies, each sneer and whisper a little dagger aimed straight at your ribs. They didn't see you. They refused to see you. And yet all this time, while they danced in shadows of shallow assumptions, you were building a storm inside. Calculating, waiting, watching. The truth, always sharper than lies, always heavier than laughter, has a way of coming home. And it's coming. You see, genius isn't loud. It doesn't need applause. It doesn't wear itself on the sleeve for people who only glance at the surface. You were silent, patient. Every dismissed idea, every underestimated move was a seed buried in the soil of their arrogance. And now the soil trembles under the weight of what they ignored. They thought brilliance was a performance, a spectacle to be shown. Nah, it's a slow-burning fire, a quiet reckoning that can't be contained or caged. Their faces, oh, their faces when they realize the truth. They're priceless. Shock, regret, ashamed. It's not just the embarrassment, it's the recognition of their blindness, their failure to measure what mattered most. For decades they were judged by what's flashy, what's loud, what's easy to digest. They never imagined depth. They never imagined you. And now, like a mirror cracking, they see their own foolishness reflected in your success. They taste the bitter air of their own ignorance, and it hurts. This is the moment they're forced to confront themselves, and it's brutal, almost intoxicating, because you, standing in the silence of their shame, understand something they'll never grasp. Genius isn't just knowing more, it's enduring, it's restraint. It's walking through fire, unnoticed, while everyone else squabbles over ashes. They envied the wrong things. They fought the wrong battles. And now, the game has changed. The board is yours, and the pieces, they don't even realize they've been moved. And as they scramble, as the whispers turn into desperate apologies that taste like venom in their own mouths, you feel it, the sweet inevitability of recognition. They're sorry. Too late, but sorry. And yet, you can't let them touch the power you've cultivated. No, this is not about revenge. It's about revelation. They need to see the brilliance they missed, the potential they dismissed, the genius they will never understand. Because once they've felt the weight of what they ignored, once shame has settled like a shadow over their empty pride, the question becomes inevitable. Do they deserve to ever understand you? Some people only see shadows, and then they scream when the light reveals the truth. Yeah, it's funny how fragile their confidence was, built on assumptions and empty echoes of their own approval. They strut, they boast, they point fingers, and all the while they're walking on sand that's already shifting beneath them. You watched, patient, calm, calculating. Every misstep of theirs was a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your eventual triumph. And now the canvas is complete. Oh, wow. The realization hits them like a storm they never saw coming. Faces pale, hands trembling, hearts pounding. They've been outsmarted by a mind they refuse to understand. And it's not luck. Nah, it's preparation, discipline, awareness. The very things they mocked, the very things they ignored, are what crowned you genius while leaving them exposed, naked in their ignorance. Every insult they hurled, every dismissive glance, only sharpened your resolve. They created you through their own blindness. And yet the town is silent. Or at least they try to be. But the tension leaks through. A subtle hum of regret that grows louder with every glance they steal at you. You see them flinch when you enter a room. You hear the hesitation in their voices when they attempt to speak. They've tasted the sting of being wrong, and it lingers bitter and relentless. But you are untouched, because you built your strength from patience, from endurance, from knowing your own path when they were too short-sighted to recognize it. This is the moment when power shifts, not with violence, not with confrontation, but with the quiet dominance of undeniable truth. They realize they can't rewrite history. They can't erase the weight of your accomplishments. They can only watch, and in their watching they're exposed to envy, to shame, to a bitter awareness that they underestimated the very person they tried to suppress. People fear the mirror not because it lies, but because it shows what they refuse to see. Yeah, they look at you now, eyes wide, mouths opening, closing, fumbling for words that won't come. Every excuse they once whispered in the shadows has collapsed under the weight of your reality. Their certainty? Shattered. Their confidence? A thin veil, now torn apart by the undeniable brilliance they ignored. And the worst part for them? They built you into this force without ever knowing it. Oh, the irony drips from every glance, every hesitant step they take near you. They thought silence would be your weakness. They thought being underestimated would break you. Nah, it only forged you. Every insult, every dismissal, every smirk was fuel. They fed the fire of your mind, the intensity of your vision, and now that fire burns so brightly that even their bravest lies cannot withstand it. And yet, exposure is cruel. Not for you, but for them. Because genius is not loud, but it cannot be hidden forever. The truth is a blade that cuts slowly, carving awareness into hearts that resist it. They stumble over every fact, every insight, every effortless move you make. They realize too late that their ridicule was a mistake, a fatal one, because you were never playing by their shallow rules. They panic. Oh yes, they panic. Eyes darting, hands twitching, voices cracking. They scramble to find footing in a world they thought they understood, only to discover the ground beneath them is a landscape you've already mapped, already conquered. Every step they take to recover dignity is another step into their own shame. And you remain calm in the storm, the unshaken observer, the quiet force that makes the chaos inevitable. Every glance they steal, every muttered apology, every hesitant nod is recognition, not admiration, not respect. Recognition. And recognition can be more terrifying than any confrontation, because it forces them to see themselves clearly, for the first time, unflinching and honest. Power doesn't shout. It waits. It observes. Then it moves, and the world bows quietly. Oh, they thought they were the hunters. They thought they had control. They strutted in streets of arrogance, whispering about your ideas, laughing at your quiet moments of planning. But now, the roles have shifted. The hunter is the hunted. Not because of force, but because truth has weight and brilliance cannot be ignored. Every move they make is calculated against a shadow they cannot catch, a mind they cannot comprehend. Yeah, the air trembles with their unease. Their apologies, stammered and late, cling like smoke to empty hands. Every gesture of recognition feels hollow to them because the impact of their oversight cannot be erased. They reach, they strain, they attempt to grasp what they should have nurtured all along, but the genius you embody doesn't belong to their shallow judgments. Nah, it belongs to your patience, your strategy, your vision, and their own ignorance has made it untouchable. And here's the delicious truth. Dominance isn't about crushing others. It's about standing immovable while they collapse under their own weight. Oh wow. Watching them falter, knowing the world that once doubted you now gazes with reluctant awe, it's intoxicating in the quietest way. They cannot rewrite the past. They cannot suppress the brilliance they belittled. And they are helpless in this revelation because it requires humility they were never willing to practice. They scramble to reconcile the facts with their pride, and it breaks them further. Their whispers turn into frantic murmurs. Their eyes dart to each other in confusion, fear, and yes, desperation. You remain untouchable. Your calmness, your foresight, your mastery of your own mind, it radiates a power they can neither steal nor imitate. Every subtle movement, every quiet triumph becomes a reminder of the consequences of their blindness. The town that once mocked you now bows under a weight of their own making. Every apology tastes like regret, every glance is soaked in envy, and every hesitation is proof of their realization. You were the force they ignored, underestimated, and now cannot resist. And yet, the brilliance you've revealed is not their victory. It is yours, entirely yours. Recognition comes too late for some, but for you it arrives like a storm. They cannot escape. Yeah, they see it now. The brilliance they ignored, the force they mocked, the mind they underestimated. Everything you cultivated in silence explodes into clarity. Their shame hangs in the air, thick and choking, But you move with precision, with patience, with a calmness that cuts sharper than their guilt ever could. Every misjudgment they made is now a monument to your resilience. Every whispered doubt they carried is now proof of your inevitability. Oh wow, the realization is raw. Faces pale, hands tighten, voices falter. They tried to measure you by their limited sight. They attempted to define your worth by their shallow expectations. Nah, their framework was never yours to inhabit. You built a world beyond their comprehension. And now that world is standing tall, undeniable, and entirely yours. Every step you take echoes in the corridors of their regret. Every glance they steal is a reminder that they are forever trailing in your wake. And yet, ascendance is not about cruelty. It is about mastery of self, of vision, of destiny. They scramble, they murmur, they grasp at excuses that vanish under the weight of your presence. Oh, the delicious irony of it. They wanted proof. They wanted spectacle. But brilliance is not a performance. It is discipline. It is endurance. It is the quiet, unshakable certainty of one who has labored in silence while the world looked elsewhere. They are left to witness your rise, impotent and exposed. Every regret is a shadow. Every apology, a hollow sound. Every glance, a testament to what they failed to nurture, failed to recognize, failed to honor. And you are untouchable, unshaken, immovable. The fire they could never kindle in themselves now blazes inside you, a force that bends reality to the measure of your resolve. Some victories aren't loud. They echo forever in the silence of those who doubted. Oh, can you feel it? That weight of recognition, that surge of inevitability. The town that mocked you, that whispered behind your back, that pretended not to see. Yeah, they're realizing it now. Every glance they steal, every hesitant word they mumble. It's all confirmation. They finally understand what you've carried quietly, consistently and brilliantly all this time. And it's beautiful, because they see it, but they cannot take it away. Yeah. The moment is intoxicating. They scramble. Oh wow. Trying to salvage pride that's long gone, grasping for excuses that no longer exist. Nah, their attempts are futile. Their awareness of your genius doesn't reset their past ignorance. It magnifies it. Every action they took to suppress you, every judgment they cast, now stands exposed in the harsh light of truth. They're ashamed. They're sorry. And you're untouchable. Untouchable in a way they will never understand, because mastery isn't just about brilliance. It's about patience, endurance, and unyielding clarity. And the power of this moment, it's not in revenge. It's in witnessing a world that doubted you crumble around their own misconceptions. It's seeing them realize too late that their limitations were never yours. Every slight, every snicker, every you can't was fuel for your rise. Oh wow, how sweet is it to see your legacy built not on their applause, but in spite of their dismissal. They will remember this. Every whisper, every glance, every regret. And while they wallow in shame, your journey continues, higher, sharper, unstoppable. They can't follow. They can't imitate. They can't diminish what you've become. Their apologies are meaningless against the force of a life lived with intent, intelligence, and unwavering focus. And yet, in this realization lies a cruel clarity. The higher you rise, the more painfully aware they become of what they missed. Whoa, yeah. Did you feel that? The weight, the truth, the chaos. They're ashamed, they're sorry, but you are untouchable. Take this moment, own it. Every sneer, every doubt, every nah they can't comment, it's fuel for your rise. Oh wow. The town only sees now what you've always known. Your genius, your power, your legacy. And hey, shout out to you, yeah, you are watching right now. This tribute, it's yours, for sticking through the noise, for rising above the lies, for refusing to let anyone dim your light. Comment below. Let your voice be heard. Tell the world you see it, you feel it, you understand the genius they missed. Your words, your energy, your courage, it matters. So remember, stay relentless. Keep building, keep moving, keep proving, because while the town is drowning in regret, you are ascending, untouchable, unstoppable, forever ahead.